Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
For the day, let's take a look at how all the one pair accounts did. We're going to go through all of these accounts and take a look. So GBP CHF, we can see did not take any trades this week. We come over here and NZD CAD, we got 0.78% here on this data account. We'll skip this account. That's something we got going on. Nothing happening on USD JPY. Nothing on AUD JPY. We are in some trades currently on AUD NZD. AUD CHF got no action this week. Then we will go in. CAD JPY, we had no action on the week. CHF JPY, we did get a 0.3% gain. We are currently in the floating profit on a trade right there. CAD CHF, we got nothing on the week. AUD USD, no trades. USD CHF closed out for 2.97%. I know on some of my other accounts, on my non-data accounts, I have some of these also in floating profit. So USD CHF took some trades this week. That was awesome. We'll go in here. Euro CHF, we got nothing on the week. Euro CAD, we are currently in an open trade right now on a buy. Euro USD, we are still in buys. We are in a little bit of drawdown here. I know some people are in these Euro USD trades, and you know, that's a trade we've been holding for a little here. Been open for a little over 2 weeks. Euro AUD, we got no action on. Euro JPY, no action. Go into here into GBP USD, and you see nothing on this week here. GBP NZD, nothing on the week. GBP JPY is nothing on the week. GBP CAD, nothing on this week. GBP AUD currently in some drawdown. Holding some trades here. We got a few levels open. We are on our level 8. So we entered on 6. So we have 7 and 8 open. Oops. Where were we at here? 5. All right, let's keep going. USD CAD, we got 0.68% on the week here. NZD USD, nothing on this account here on this swing account. I know some of my other swing accounts maybe had some trades from this one that swung this week. Oops. Come over here, NZD JPY, we had no action on the week. NZD CHF, we had no action on the week. And Euro GBP, there was again no action on the week. AUD CAD crushed it, 3.55% this week on the data account. Absolutely incredible on AUD CAD. Great trade right there. And Euro NZD on this week right now, we are not in any trades, is telling us. So at this point, what we'll go ahead now and do is we're going to tune in back to my FX book. And let's go take a peek here at the one pair data. Keep in mind, as we take a look at this data, you can see anytime we ever have gotten into over 25% drawdown on a $500 data account, we've increased our gear entry by 1. Anytime over 50%, we are going to go ahead and increase it by 2. And if it ever hits over 60, you know, we typically put it in the worst performing pair category, such as AUD CHF. You know, and the monthly versus the risk just wasn't there. So there's some pairs that perform better than others. And that's why I share this data every week so that people can see what does well and what doesn't. If you look, EuroNZD, we added this one as a pair recently. I started this account on June 2nd. And you can see right now, just EuroNZD by itself on a $500 account on swing settings has absolutely crushed it. It's won 77% of trades. You know, and that's just amazing to see. So if you're not running EuroNZD, definitely recommend possibly adding it to your setup. The data suggests that, you know, it does really good. Some of these pairs you can ignore data. GBP JPY is not accurate. It's an old trade account from over a year ago, and we've just been waiting on it to take its first trade so that I can have it update and do a custom analysis. But all these others are correct. So if we take a look here, let's look at another good pair. We see GBP USD recently just started to pass AUD USD in the top list here. Pretty incredible. You can see last week this thing had a huge swing. GBP USD went from 65 to 82 here, and you know, GBP USD has won 80% of trades, caught 2,000 pips on its own since October last year. So last 8-9 months. I mean, it's very rare that you find strategies that work this one. Now, don't get me wrong. There's months where the market's very boring and GBP USD doesn't make a lot of money. But look at this. December it did 33%, just GBP USD. March it did 13. So far, July it did 10. So, you know, some pairs do perform better than others during different times. But again, the reason we scan multiple pairs is there was a time where, you know, this thing didn't even trade in February. Look, we don't even have February here. It goes January, March, and we don't have April or May. You know, so there were months that went by where this thing didn't even take a trade. And, you know, if you were just running GBP USD, that would have been really boring, right? So that's why we scan multiple pairs, because some pairs just aren't going to get those entries week to week. So the best thing you can do is scan a solid amount of pairs, but limit your max pairs trading. Let's take a look here as well. GBP AUDs in some trades right now. Let's take a look at some of these. USD CAD has performed really well. We'll take a look, and Euro JPY has done all right. NZD, USD, Euro AUD, some of these other ones have done all right. Yeah, EuroNZD is crushing it. Just taking a look and looking at drawdown versus profits monthly. If we look at this one, I mean, it's been very slow since we started. We're talking 10% since June 4th. Okay, so not too long here. We're doing about 5% a month, and NZD CAD has, since June, only taken 12 trades. It's won 92% of them. So, you know, it's always cool to kind of see data, see how things perform in different market conditions. Some of these accounts were just set up. Others have been running since October. Let's take a look at some other good ones, trying to see higher monthly, lower risk. USD CHF, we've recently set that one up. It's been performing well. GBP CAD, not so much. AED, JPY, so far so good on the new one. Yeah, I mean, the point in this, and remember, these are older accounts. Now, USD JPY was correct. This one took a loss and then has made it back since. Been coming back. That one did start as a one pair data account. The only one on here to ignore is the GBP JPY one until we get some trades there. And I can custom analysis it back out over here somewhere. Let me check the chat box here, see what we got going on. Chris, USD CHF just closed an hour ago. That's awesome. I see it close on one of my other accounts to hitting take profit. Pretty excited. Why did I? Okay, great question. So Nicole, this is a great question. I love covering it week to week. Nicole said, I only have one trade open. Why did I get other trades and I have all pairs open? So the thing with GearBox, Nicole, is everybody gets in on a different tick in the market. And the easiest way I could explain this is you'll never have the same entry price and exit price as anyone else. And because of this, that means that you could set up two gearboxes, identical settings, turn them on at the same time, and they could potentially take different trades. And that might be confusing to you, but that's one of the safety things within it as well, is we're never all in the same trades. It's trading independently each and every gearbox, even to the point that you may have two accounts, identical settings, and one takes a trade on one pair, and you look at the other pair and the ghost gears are cleared on it, which means that it got out in the ghost server while the other account didn't, just because it got in at a different price and maybe just missed a TP and then went back down and smashed your level entry. So it's a little bit stuck. I've been stuck. GBP AUD for more than a month. Say do. Yeah, I'm in that one too with you. We covered it. We looked at GBP AUD on my one pair data account. I'm also in those trades on some of my other data accounts. If we go over here to my 10K swing account, and we take a look, you can see I am in GBP AUD. I got a nice, about 10% drawdown right now, with one lots open in the market. July was a super slow month because I took a small loss on, USD CAD and lost the monthly profit. Still came out profitable though. This account has not actually had a negative month yet since we started. It's had some lower months, but so far in August, we're already up 1%, and we are in a nice swing that I think is going to return some great money when it does swing. So very pleased with that trade, just waiting on it to sell off. Now, I will tell you, there was times where that GBP AUD trade was in floating profit and just mistake profit. And we could have manually closed it. I had it on many of my accounts where I had opportunities to manually close GBP AUD at one point, and I didn't. So I've been in that one for a while too. Wishing I took the 1.5% profit that was floating at one point from it, but you live and you learn. We take a look. If you guys haven't seen the 250 account lately, this $250 super sniper account, again, it's not going to pay your monthly fee, but have I been running an account with $250 since August? Have I withdrawn all my initial deposit and up more? Absolutely. This account is crushing it, and this is the super sniper strategy. You can see that there are many months it didn't get trades at all, right? So we see we were hitting it out of the park at the beginning of 2020, August, September, October, November, December. We're taking trades. January, nothing really. February, we made some money. March, pretty boring. April, May, we got a loss here. June, July. So, there's been slow months, but it's also been hitting out of the park on this little $250 account, and pretty cool to see, and just to show people that, hey, we created a product that, yeah, it can work on a small amount of money, and we're doing it. It's no ifs, ands, and what's about it. Take a look over here, the $1,500 account that was running 6 max pairs is still running strong. I've currently lowered this to 4 max pairs, just because 6 did have a higher risk. This was before the correlation filter existed, though. Now that the correlation filter is in place, you can see the drawdown has been much, much more minimal. Tight, again, like it was here. And I expect drawdown to stay pretty tight and never to, reach those higher levels with the default strategies now that we have a correlation filter built in. You can see this account did have a losing month, one losing month this year. That was when we had the correlation filter. It took a big L, lost a bunch of profits, right? But made every dollar in it back. So big piece of advice with GearBox is if you ever hit a stop loss or hit some trades, it's okay. We've been there. If we were to go back and look at these losses, I'll show you. This was February. We ran through some stop losses back in February. So let's get back there and see what we got going on. Open date. Oh, close date. We need a close date. Yep, let's go to close date. February. All right. You can see right here, we ripped 3 stop losses, actually more back to back. This is 4, actually 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Railed 5 stop losses back to back. I don't know if there's any more. Let's double check. I think that was it. Just 5 back to back, and that wasn't the worst case scenario, right? Yep, and then that was it. We only railed 5, but 5 stop losses back to back that we railed, and it really it shows you that GearBox can handle some stop losses, right? So if you hit a few stop losses, it's not the end of the world. because it's going to continue to make it happen. So if any of you hit, all right. Chris, great question. He said, how did Super Sniper get that high a drawdown? Well, remember, this is a $250 account. So, of course, it's going to get in 40% drawdown. It's $250. I mean, 40% drawdown on $250 is like $100. And we're running one max pair, which means all it takes is that one pair to have a little bit of a movement. But the truth is, can it withstand it and withstand a move on one pair? And yes, it can. And in this case, it had a movement on a pair and it got into a 40% DD on a little $250 account. But if this was a $1,000 account, let's put this in retrospect, that would have been 10% drawdown. Same settings, same lot size, same everything. So just got to put capital into perspective too when you look at drawdown, because in this case, where the lowest your lot size can go is 0.01 per 1K, well, this is $250. We can't go 0.025. That'd be pretty cool if we could, right? But we can't do that. So in this case, that's why that drawdown got that high there. It's just a tiny account, but put a little more equity in there. And again, Super Sniper is a phenomenal strategy. I originally designed Super Sniper just for small accounts to create a strategy that would work. I knew it wouldn't make the monthly fee back, but I knew that somebody could see it take trades and work and maybe get a little excited to get some more money in there sooner, which was a little bit of the point. Same concept happened here at the $500 account. It got into, 45% drawdown. Well, it's running 2 max pairs on a $500 balance. I mean, the fact it only got it 45% drawdown didn't blow, and it's been running for a year. I mean, come on, this is August 3rd. This is 1 year. You find me an EA that works on $250 and $500 that does not blow and has got a year hands-off track record. I'd love to see it. I rarely see it. And when I say rarely, I've never really seen it, to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of manual intervention scalpers and things, but never a hands-off product that somebody's ran on small capital like this. Also, Chris, remember the 9% gain is also monthly on a $250 account running 1 max pair. So yes, it would probably equivalent to about 7, because remember, 250 times 4 gets you $1,000. All right. Now you're only increasing your max pairs from 1 to 3 from that, in that case, on that Super Sniper. So your monthly gain probably still be somewhere around 7 if you're doing math like that, just to put it in perspective. But you asked to see EuroNZD again, so let me go ahead and pull that one up for you. So this EuroNZD's account started in June 2nd, $500 data account. And just EuroNZD by itself has been crushing it. It actually, you would have been able to pay the monthly fee on GearBox with a $500 account only running EuroNZD. So if someone last month, that's what data shows. So pretty cool. Obviously, I can't say that's going to happen every month, but so far it did 13 last month and it did 12 in July. So we'll see how it does in August, but it's been doing really good so far. I'm very impressed with EuroNZD. I saw a lot of my customers were running EuroNZD, even though it wasn't on the list, and they were getting phenomenal results. So I said, I got to open up an account 2 months ago. I did it, and here we are, and I'm very excited about the data that I'm sharing with you all. Now, let's talk about something important. This is something I think a lot of people skip out on in the understanding of GearBox. So what you're looking at here is known as the Forex average daily range table. So this is from 2014 to 2020, the average daily range of every single one of the Forex majors and minors. And when you look at this data, this is how we make a lot of determinations, along with forward testing, back testing, historical data, personal experience, where our gear entries go on different currency pairs. But this also helps you understand the kind of movements that occur on average, which is where we're really looking to capitalize on GearBox. Why? Because we're looking to capitalize on getting in and catching a quick reversal. Precision modes in GearBox are more of a reversal strategy. We're looking to catch the end of a quick trend and catch the reversal, get in and out, make our money. And sometimes we're looking to play the larger swing trade where we actually are very happy if we stack 1 or 2 or 3 entries. Personally, I like 2 to 3 entries because I know I'm going to make the most profit when it swings without really any losses. Once you hit a 4th entry with Ghost plus Rio, typically your TP goes, where your first one actually would close out in a loss. I like seeing wins. So for me, the strategy is how do we get, 1 or 2 levels, maybe 3 levels open very safely and get a nice swing and make some money. And we understand looking at the average daily range here to do that. And I see a question. Sunita said, can you explain sniper, super sniper, and swing once again, please? And that's where this will come into play. So pay attention to what I'm sharing with you now, because this is going to help you understand those strategies better. So this is how many pips each one of these is moving on a daily basis on average, right? Through time. And looking at this data, you can see, okay, what pairs are super volatile, which ones aren't, where can I capitalize to stack into a trade and be able to handle also its max historical move. And Sunita, you asked a great question, so I'm going to pull up a chart. Give me a second. All right. Give me 1 second here, everyone. Sorry about that. I'm just pulling up this image for you. All right. Okay, so what we're looking at here is where the entries for each of these pairs is going to go. So if you see the blue, this is your swing entry. This means that this is where we're entering a trade on each of these currency pairs on which gear. Now, if you're on sniper, we're waiting till the next position before we enter. So we're being a little more conservative, right? We're waiting for a more precise and accurate entry before we get into the market. And if you're trading on super sniper, you're saying, I'm waiting for that maximum last chance to potentially enter a trade and catch a reversal with the utmost accuracy and the least potential for drawdown. And that's what those strategies are. And then you have your intraday modes, of course, as well, which are more hands-on and more for advanced users. And if you don't understand that, maybe, you should use it. But precision modes are designed for every single person that has zero experience or the most experience in the world. Intraday modes are really only designed for those who have, a good amount of trading experience. So with that being said, that is the swing, sniper, and super sniper entries. All right, now I am going to go ahead and pull up let me go ahead and pull up Forex Factory, and let's take a look at the week ahead. So right now we have the week ahead here. You can see we're looking at the whole next week right here from tomorrow to next Saturday, right? And when we apply that, you can see that we have no red folder news this week until Wednesday. We have USD CPI, and then Thursday we have PPI. And what happened? When I did this yesterday, we had OPEC JMMC, and it's looking like it disappeared on us, and they must have rescheduled it, which is awesome. But it looks like a very, how would I say, boring week with not a lot of possible movement unless something unexpected occurs. So if you're running sniper or super sniper, I would not expect to possibly get an entry this week. You could on sniper. On super, I tell you, I'm not very optimistic that you're going to get an entry with no red folder news to really push the market. Obviously, the market does move on its own without red folder news, but red folder news tends to help it a lot more. Swing, though, definitely should, as always, have pairs that snipe entries. So with that being said, it definitely looks like a pretty conservative week. And when I say conservative, I mean in terms of news. As for your trading strategy, if you want to use a little more risk or do whatever you want to do, this is one of those weeks where it doesn't look like a potential bad week. But for me, I'm never a fan of increasing your risk. I always tell everybody, if you want to make more money, increase your equity, don't increase your risk. And if you can increase your equity, work harder now to share this product so that you can make more money to increase your equity. With that being said, thank you guys so much for, as always, spending time with me on this Friday call. I appreciate all of you that tune in live, all of you that watch this recording later and tune in. It's always great to be here with every single one of you. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday, wherever you may be in the world, and look forward to another amazing trading week ahead. Thank you all.